Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and this is your daily show, exclusive interview with David Bedingham. So I wanted to mix it up a bit. You guys asked for me to bring him on. So I asked you guys in the week who I should bring on, who I should be talking to on my first show that I will be doing, because we're obviously going to be talking to as many players from the new restructure as possible. And just in world cricket, we try to find as many people that we can find. So you guys asked for David. I'm going to bring him today, and we're going to have a fat chat with him about his current form, of course, his movement for the new season in South African cricket, of course, and getting some insights into him and his game. But before I bring him on, I want you guys to know that you guys can comment in the live chat. If you guys want to obviously ask David any questions, get them going in the live chat. If you want a special question and you would definitely want to make sure that your question is asked, you can obviously get the super chat, and that's how I will be forced to ask the question to David. Other than that, I'll just be picking randomly, because however much we get through is however much we get through. So you know that what I like to do before you get started: subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Okay, so let's get to it. So it's been a long time, David. Welcome to the show. First time on the show. I mean, we've sat in front of each other plenty of times, we've done interviews, etc. But I don't think we've done one like this yet. So first time for everything. I'm excited about it. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Quite cold over here in Durham, but yeah, it's good to be on your show finally, and yeah, let's go.
Yeah, awesome. So let's get straight into it. Actually, let's go with how it's been in Durham, because we haven't chatted since you moved, and I mean, I know I was very sad when you left. I was like, damn. At least I got a party gift. Actually, guys, whenever you see me wear that Cape Town Blitz cap, you know whose it is. It's David. So it's one of those situations. I was sad because, I mean, you were in incredible form leading up to it. You had your average was incredible in first class cricket across right through over 3 years, and then you left. So I was very sad about it. But I mean, I think a lot of fans at the time, Cobras fans, were very sad about it too. But clearly, it was the right decision for you. How was it to settle down in England and start a career almost there?
I feel last year was really tough because I obviously expected to come over here and play cricket from April till September, and then obviously COVID unfortunately happened. So then I ended up moving here end of February, training for a month with the squad meeting. Everyone was like really cool. And then we went on our preseason trip, which was actually to Zimbabwe. And that was supposed to be for, I think, 3 weeks. But it ended up being cut short for from 3 weeks to 3 days. And that was obviously because of COVID. And then from then on in, literally, we flew back to England, and I was stuck in a flat for maybe like 3.5 months. And it was quite tough because I didn't really know anyone in the team. And obviously just staying by yourself without friends and families was really tough. But Joe, then the cricket season finally started in August. And it went okay. I'm not gonna lie, probably like halfway through the season, I was not depressed. I was just more like mentally fatigued and stuff like that from the lockdown and stuff like that. So not blaming that on results, but I was glad the season came to an end when it did, which allowed me to come back to South Africa and see my friends and family for like 3.5 months before coming back to cold Durham at the end of the year.
Was there any way that they worked with you over there with regards to your mental strength? I mean, I've heard it from quite a few players actually that they struggle with their mental state, especially the way you have to be in your room all the time, and obviously in lockdown, it must be very taxing on your mind. We currently have someone that is part of the Cricket Fanatics Mag family that's in England currently in a lockdown situation under quarantine because she just moved there recently. So she's been speaking about it as well, that it's quite tough to just sit there. But did your coaches and stuff at Durham try to help you guys? How did they help you mentally to get your mind right for the season?
Well, unfortunately, like the lockdown was so strict that like we couldn't speak to anyone face to face. So like I think we had groups where they'd call in like once every couple of days to like check how I'm doing and check how everyone in the squad's actually doing. But in terms of like getting people in to help or speaking to someone, there was not much that they could do, unfortunately, because it was literally the lockdowns were very strict. As you know, I think in South Africa it might have been even stricter in the first parts of it. So yeah, it was just tough. But I think getting through that, I think I'm probably mentally stronger because of it. So happy days, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you started off necessarily. I mean, playing with your T20 game. I'm struggling with your T20 game, of course, a little bit at the moment with regards to form. I'm talking about the results wise. Um, have you thought about that? Because I mean, you've been incredible in the longer format. We know that. I'm going to come to that obviously soon because that's now in the headlines everywhere. But with regards to your T20 game, what are your thought processes? How do you switch it up, and how are you going to approach your T20 game and improve it?
Yeah, I think last year especially, I was just cut out on how to play it. I think when I was playing for the Cobras and the Blitz, I think I found quite a good groove. And then when I came over here, it's different type of bowlers. The wickets are still good and stuff like that. But yeah, I just struggled. And I've had a good winter in terms of preseason, that type of thing with Durham, working on white ball stuff, working on red ball stuff. So I'm looking forward to the season. Hopefully I can correct the wrongs of last year.
Now, you've obviously, like I said, you've been in the headlines, currently breaking records there for Durham already. I mean, excellent in an incredible month for you in general, I would say, because I mean, obviously scoring your highest score at the time was 180 not out in that game, 57 and 180 not out against Notts. And then again, a couple of days ago, you're scoring about a week ago, you're scoring 257 and a 53. Incredible. You're already over 500 runs for the season. Yeah. Looking like you're going to break that record that is set by Graham Hick since 1988, where you could score 1,000 first-class runs before the end of May, which is incredible form that you're going on over here. So, I mean, what's went right with it?
I'm not sure. I think it's a combination of a lot of hard work in the winter. The wickets in the first three games have played really, really nicely. A lot of concentration and also a decent amount of luck. I think scoring that amount of runs, you do need a bit of luck, which I have got. So yeah, hopefully I can continue. But yeah, I don't want to look too far ahead. I just want to I just want to focus on every innings, and the next one's against Warwickshire at home on Thursday. So don't want to look too far ahead because I know cricket does humble you quite quickly. So yeah.
I mean, talk us through your style of play, what approach you have in the middle over there, especially in red ball cricket, because I mean, not only did you score big runs, I mean, just 100, you scored in the double centuries, big double centuries, big hundreds that you've scored so far in England. Can you compare the conditions, maybe our preparations in South Africa maybe helped you as well playing here for the last 3 seasons over here, how that has prepared you for England? What is different between the two?
Well, I think the bowling is definitely different. I think they use a different type of ball. And I feel that this year it's played well. It hasn't swung and nipped all day. Last year it did. But I just think there's different types of bowlers. Like I feel in South Africa, maybe the guys are a bit quicker and they bowl different lengths. And in England, they test your defense a bit more, I think. And Joe, I think to be fair to the coaches at Durham, they've had a really good preseason where they've prepared me and told me, listen, this is how bowlers try to get you out in these conditions. And luckily enough, the first 3 games, it's been okay. And I've done quite well, luckily. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a domestic news structure, as you know, and where there's going to be obviously 2 tiers. Division 1, obviously, Western Province is going to be in Division 1. You've been named in the Western Province squad, of course, for the new season. How excited are you about that? Coming back to Cape Town again, playing at Newlands again, and playing against such good opposition. I mean, a lot of the guys some of the Colpack guys have come back and they've been spread out into different teams. It looks like it's going to be very competitive. But what are you looking forward to the most about coming back?
Probably playing again with Carl. I think just every game being at Newlands, I think is really really cool. Playing at that ground's, I think, just special. So I think that being back with like a lot of close friends will be quite cool. And like you said, it's just another challenge, and hopefully as a side we can play well and contest every game and every title.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. You and Carl have a great relationship. Have you guys been? How much have you guys been keeping up to date with each other? And what way have you been doing it? Are you guys WhatsApping or Zooming, or how are you keeping in touch?
Yeah, we WhatsApp regularly, like most days actually. So yeah, when he was obviously smashing runs while I was training in the UK, I was obviously really happy because I feel like he's a gun player, and I think maybe over the last seasons he's always like looked good and stuff, and he's always scored a lot of runs. But I think this season he really turned it on and scored big hundreds and stuff like that. So I was really happy for him. But then so every game we chat, and he wished me luck and that sort of thing. So that's quite cool.
Yeah, I would actually like to know, because I mean, you would have obviously seen he's made his Proteas debut. A lot of the fans on this channel have been, especially me, have been asking for him to be selected in every form of the game. What is it like for you to be able to see a guy like that, George as well, making their Proteas debut, becoming regulars, and guys that were your teammates? How does that make you feel as a friend of theirs?
Well, it makes me feel happy, because I feel they're really good players, and I think they've been good for a very long time. So I think it's definitely deserved, and I think whenever they get chances, they're doing well. So it just shows you that they can play at that level, and they deserve a chance. So yeah, I'm really happy and stoked.
Okay, so I've got a couple of fan questions over here from some of the guys. You guys can get your questions in if you want. The first one's a tough one. It's going to be the first one that anybody from South Africa is going to ask you. This is someone from India asking you, for which country, David, would you want to play, England or South Africa?
No, I think I'm still South African, so I'd like to play for South Africa, yeah.
Yeah, that's an excellent answer. You better be saying that here. I mean, we've got this guy's been. This is one of the guys that's been asking for you. He says you're one of his favorite players. So that's an excellent one from your part. We've got Aaron, the cricket connoisseur over here. Aaron, if you want to come on the stream, let me know. I'll send you the link right now, and you can join to ask David some questions. But he has a question for you. Are you nervous about the prospect of facing Ollie Stone? So, David, I'm just going to give you some background on Aaron, because he's a massive Ollie Stone fan. And because of the way we have a WhatsApp group together as well, and all he does is he just posts stuff about Ollie in the group. And that's all he does. And we're just like, no, Andrich Nokia. No, he's like Ollie Stone. Yeah. So we have a little nickname for Ollie going in our group called Ollie Pebble. So please, I hope you show that he's an Ollie Pebble and not an Ollie Stone this week. But you can answer this question.
I actually have a feeling that I don't think he's playing this week. I think like the ECB are trying to like manage everyone's bowling loads and that type of thing. So I don't think he's playing. I could be wrong, but if he does play it, I think it'll be a good challenge, and it will be a different one, because so far in this season I haven't faced anyone quite like him bowling that speed. So if he does play, I think it'll be a good challenge and a good test, but one that I think us as a team can do quite decently against. But
when it comes to no, continue.
But I don't think he's playing, so
okay. Some insight on the channel over here. You heard it first, guys. So, David, when it comes to swing bowling, obviously in England, we know that swing is obviously a massive thing that we hear about. And when they talk about conditions in England, I wouldn't ask you for a masterclass quite yet, because I think you need to obviously play a lot more games than you have been to actually give us a proper like masterclass. But when it comes to batting against swing in those conditions, can you give us some tips to youngsters on how to actually approach it?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't played a load, but I feel in any conditions. I think playing the ball late is key. I think especially for me. So playing it late under your eyes and just watching the ball and not thinking about it way too much is. I feel as soon as I start thinking about too many things, I stop watching the ball. So just playing it late and watching the ball.
So when you're in quarantine and when you're in lockdown, etc., I just want to ask you from an off-the-field type of vibe. Can you maybe give us some songs on your playlist or some song on your Netflix playlist, or if whatever you do when you indoors? Because that's obviously a lot different when you're in a normal setting.
I reckon in lockdown I probably watched. I probably clocked Netflix, if I'm honest with you. I've watched Breaking Bad 2 or 3 times, Game of Thrones. I don't have a specific genre, but I enjoy most of the big ones that everyone's watched, type of thing. That's a lot of movies and
I love the Breaking Bad was excellent, and I only watched it for the first time in lockdown. It was the first time I actually watched it. That's crazy. I knew about it. I knew about it before. I just never had an opportunity to actually sit down and watch it because I was watching Game of Thrones and so many other things. So busy with work, you know how hectic it is to cover cricket, cover lots of games. So I thought it was excellent. Did you watch the movie that came out?
Is that the El Camino one?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I did. I did. I didn't find it as good as the series, but it was still decent.
Season. Yeah. And have you started Better Call Saul yet?
I haven't, but if it's good, I'll definitely watch it, because I feel like we got so much. Well, now in the season, we play a lot, but you still get home and you're tired. So that's actually the perfect thing to go and do. Just chill and watch the series. Yeah,
that's excellent. It's a good show. It's unexpected. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, because Saul wasn't such a focal point in the show. But I thought it was quite entertaining. You actually see how he became who he is. So he's a lot more entertaining actually in there than he was in the actual Breaking Bad show.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds quite cool.
Okay, cool. So we've got a from Ashwani, who comes on the show quite often.
Hi, Ashwani.
Bevan wants to say, is SA's domestic cricket better or is England's domestic cricket better? It's a very difficult question to ask, but I think it's how different. If you're not going to answer it straight out, then can you tell me what's different?
I think it's just like different conditions, different balls. Like I feel like when England come over to play in South Africa, they pick different bowlers to what they would pick when they're playing in England. So I just think it's tough to compare because it's different conditions and they're using a different ball. But they're both good standards. And I can't really compare them. It's just different.
Mm-hmm. It's a similar type of question, but would you like the SA pitch better or do you like the UK pitch better to bat on? I mean, obviously conditions are different. It's a very difficult question to answer.
I think it depends. I think it depends what type of player you are. I think, like I said, it's just different. But I think, I enjoy playing in South Africa and on those hard wickets a bit more. But in saying that, the last 3 wickets we've played on have been, especially the wickets at Notts, that was quite quick and bouncy. So, I mean, they're both good. It just depends on which venues in the country you play. But I mean, you just have to score the runs if you're in England or SA, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
How excited are you? Because you've got quite a star-studded lineup there at Province. Are you excited to play with the likes of Hash and we've got Wayne Parnell back in the side again and Vernie Philander back, and you get to play with obviously Kyle and them again. But like someone like Hash, what are you hoping you can learn from him?
Yeah, well, I haven't played. I think I've played a couple of games with Hash before, but I'm more keen to just like leech as much as I can off him. I feel he's a really nice guy, and I feel he'll be willing to help everyone. Just from that point of view, I'd like to just chat to him and see how he goes about his business and just learn as much as possible.
Cool. Thanks a lot for coming on the show and making time for me, David, because I know you're busy with so much cricket and you're focusing on the next game. Good luck for the rest of the season. I hope you get past that 1,000-run mark, of course. And we're going to be rooting for you from South Africa. So to the guys that have tuned in, Thanks a lot for coming on the show and coming to watch the show. Obviously, like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all of those things. Get this interview to as many people as possible. And don't forget to obviously go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates too. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, David. Thanks a lot to the viewers, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. Take care, everybody.
Cheers. Thanks, Khalid.
See you.
Cheers.